Hello, my friends. July 22nd, 2009. I felt the need to tell the strange circumstance that led and determined the creation of this amazing artistic, spiritual, sensory machine that I have called the Extasium, to describe the extraordinary effects and the sublime enjoyments that it gives me, as well as the spiritual message that appeared to me, to make it known to the rest of the world. During this long adventure in the room, I was driven by the desire to share this fantastic feeling with everyone. Then, at the end of these 40 years of hard research, after having received many visitors, having observed the evolution of the society that has become SMSI, Facebooked, and watched people on the street, in the subway, on television, clinging to their portable umbilical cords, this urge has due to the point that I wonder if I should keep this work I designed for my exclusive use. I use it in a variety of ways, all of which give me the feeling of living fully, to the extreme, beyond happiness. When I go back down to the everyday earthly world, I feel like I am just surviving. All material pleasures, even the most luxurious, now seems very small compared to what I feel in the Extasium, especially since it announces and gives me a foretaste of an unearned and inconceivable life after death. In December, I had another intense vision. I was in a sort of room with indefinite contours in which there were blurred, vaguely human figures. They were each in front of what appeared to be a video screen. They were all hilarious. Their hilarity came from the interpretations of the world given by both religious and scientists. This vision was in line with the one where I was also in front of a screen appearance, piloting myself in the great game of the world. Each of these entities was driving a part of the game. Perhaps this is the explanation for the multiplicity of gods in the various pantheons. They had only a relative independence, being themselves connected to higher levels. A big, like a cascade, a tree structure of software embedded in each other, of which an incredibly tiny part, the quintessence, goes up through the dimensions to the central post, God. Finally, my questions, my interpretation of the book of Revelation, the visions and the message I receive are perhaps questionable for those who have not lived it. What really matters is what I have achieved. This fabulous structure that I finally managed to complete and that gave me such extraordinary sensation, the extasium. It is very difficult to describe the sensation that it makes me feel, because when I come back down to earth, I don't remember anything of the most intense moments and only keep a very blurred memory of what happened. However, I did manage to take some notes. June 23rd, 2009. Each instrument in the orchestra becomes a kind of a hologram, a volume, a vibrating form of energy that enters into vibratory and energizing harmony with parts of my bubble of consciousness. The intensity can go as far as causing a large influx of electrical energy into the arms, forearms, feet, and especially the ankles. And they all progressively, as the intensity and duration increase, is transformed into a quadrangular machine appearance of pure energy in pulsating light. At that moment, I feel that I am this structure, but also that it is what keeps me on earth. So there is another part of my being, spherical, that is held in this world by this more or less cubic energy construct. Also, in every life, we never perceive it. It is there to keep us into the game, the great game of life. There, I laugh intensely, fully, completely, in extreme sensation. Literally, I'm having a blast. But a burst that would be like a steel explosion, a tension far beyond pleasant, extreme enjoyment. Cinema provides visuals and auditory sensations that act on the dream by escaping from everyday thoughts and stress. Other attractions provide physical sensations, like Volcanian with his volcanoes, or Disneyland or other parks. But this sensation remains hypodermic, superficial, even if certain internal organs, heart, belly, also feel. In the Extasium, the sensation is deeper. The paralytic thoughts of everyday life have disappeared, replaced by creative thoughts of self-awareness. Physical sensations are replaced by currents of very powerful and luminous energy in inner light, impossible to photograph. At certain higher levels, thoughts have completely disappeared, giving way to a very intense ball of sensitive energy. It transforms by changing its appearance as the connection is made. I perceive these structural images, which looks geometrical, impossible to describe, whose internal visual perception gives me a strong sensation of happiness, of enjoyment beyond all of that I have known before, passing by degrees of variable intensity, being able to go until the supreme happiness to feel the divine. The first time the concept of the corridor of the infinite entered my head at the end of 1981. The title of the painting I was going to make also sprang up, The Portrait of God. In the day that followed, I told a few people. I realized then that there were some strange things happening in their eyes. I stopped talking about it and said to myself that you can make a portrait of God, not because religion forbid it, but because it's technically impossible. On the other hand, what I was concretizing is a device that allows a large number of unprepared people to see internally the portrait of God in its multiple aspects. If the kaleidoscope video cannot render the sensation of immersion in the Extasium, it allows to enrich the image with effects that I could have liked to see in the painting, but impossible to install. It is also the only way to be able to diffuse widely this creation and to allow a large public to feel a part of the fabulous effects that the Extasium provides. A true tabernacle, that is to say, a space allowing the divine presence.